Now after we already added the background, we are going to create the layout, and we are going to create this layout that all the pages has this sidebar, and we will create this box to hold the chat app. So now we go to our project, and inside this we create a new folders, and which is components. So we create new folders and type components, and then inside this we create a layout.js, and we will also create sidebar.js, and we just type the sidebar at here first, and then we back to our layout, and then we type underscore RAFCE, and then we are going to use the style component. So we import the style from style components, and then we also import the sidebar from sidebar. And for the layout, we will pass the children, pass all the components here. So we pass the children, and then underneath this one, we are going to create a constant wrapper is equal to style dot div, and then we set the display as flags, and then the flags direction is column, and then the justify content is center. So what we want to do is to make this box is at the centers of the web page, and then we use the align items center, and the height is 100 real height. And then we also create a container which is using the display flags, and the width is 75 real width, and it also has the height of 100 real height. The margin top and the margin bottom is, we want to make this has some margin at the top and also at the bottom. And at this media query, if you have used WhatsApp before, you should know that when the browser is smaller, it will take the whole screen just like this. So what we want to do is, if the screen size is smaller than 1440 pixels, it will take the whole width, and also the height is 100 real height, and the margin will set to 0, so it will take up all the space without any margin like this. So we continue, we place the wrapper instead of the div, and then we add the container, and then we add the sidebar, and then we place the children. And for the sidebar, which is, we are going to create this left sidebar, and we are just using a container at the sidebar. So we create this style component. So we also need to import the style from style component, and then we just add a simple word to let us know this is sidebar. So we change this to container, and then we use this layout by going to the app.js. So we go back to the app.js, and then here we use the layout to wrap the whole components. So we need to import the layout, and then if you look at this, you can see this sidebar already at the left hand side. And since my screen is very small, so it already takes up all the space without any margin. So maybe we can show this by changing the media queries at the layout. So instead of using 1440s, we just, for example, we use 640s. So now you can see it just take up these middle areas. Now we go to the index, and we also use the container, so we paste here, and then we also import the styles from style component. So we copy these and back to the index and paste to here. So now we remove this container. Instead, we use the container component. And what the containers has is we have a light gray colors, and the width and height is 100%, so it takes up all the layout areas. So you can see there is a light gray at this side, and we can type index at here. So now you can see the left side is the sidebar and the right side is the index page.